And what do you do?
Okay, my name is Kara. I am 27 and I am a librarian, as you can see from
Yeah.
my.
Do you live in DeWitt or do you, well, you obviously work in DeWitt.
I work in
so.
DeWitt, but I live like just a few minutes up the road. Technically, it's Syracuse, but very close to the town of DeWitt border.
And have you been on the DeWitt website? If so,
I have.
for what?
I That's okay. I have been on the DeWitt website before because with part of the library we went to Canal Day, which is like their yearly
yeah, I've heard of
celebration. So
Canal
I've
Day.
been looked up information about Canal Day there, and then I also looked up information one time when we were gonna reserve the DeWitt Town sign. So that might be something you guys have in the app.
Yeah.
But I definitely went on the website. That was maybe almost 2 years ago now that I did that. So I haven't done it in a while.
Great. And do you use an iPhone or Android?
I have an iPhone. Yeah.
Okay. I have an Android, so I have designed it to come similar to the Android environment.
okay.
And the difference is your back button is underneath here, so you can bring it up like that. And I know on iPhone usually it doesn't have one, but you have to press. There's like an arrow for some of them.
Okay.
So that's how it is. And
Cool.
you have 3 tasks.
Okay.
The first one is you're going to pretend that you're going to rent out Ryder Park.
All right. I'm going to rent out Ryder Park.
Right.
All right.
I can tell you the next task, so just in case you forget.
Okay.
So go ahead, you can start.
All right. Cool. Oh no. I already clicked on that back. There we go. Okay. So we have, so there's just these 4 things. I was trying to scroll down and see if there's anything else that I was possibly missing, but I think can I give you a compliment?
Of course. Okay.
Okay.
Anything.
I think that's really good as like a design element that everything can fit on one page and it doesn't look super overwhelming at all.
Okay.
So that I think you do a really good job with your kind of like the visual hierarchy and the spacing here.
Thank you.
So I imagine I look over all 4 of them. I see you can fill out an application for a park rental, which that's what I'm going to choose. See the other ones are like report problems, that's not what I need to do. I don't need to make a payment and I don't need to find extra information because the information I need is at the top. So I'm going to click on the top one and it looks like park rental, recreational programs, license, and permits. I'm going to do park rental. And so this is going to give me a list of the parks and the facilities that are available. I'm just going to click on the filters tab here. It's a little small.
Okay.
So
I haven't really built in anything, but I have a paper version of what that looks like. So here you go.
Okay. So, okay, cool. So I can see different things. That's good to know just in case I wanted to kind of make it smaller than that. But I don't actually need it. I don't think so. I'm just going to go down. But that's good to know. Those are good options. I wonder picnic tables, stuff like that. Ryder Park, here we go. So I'm going to click on Ryder Park, and here's the application here. I see there are pictures of the park, so I can see what it looks like. So if I was going to, I would say the one kind of suggestion I would have is that you could say like check availability here before you fill out the form, because I see you have the calendar, but you might want to. I just clicked on the calendar and it shows the month, which is great. Like I like the usability of that, but maybe it would be easier to have something that also says check availability. I'm going to click on where it says rental form, and I see that there's information about the number of people I have attending, the purpose, which I think is good, contact person, my phone number, second number, my address, email, and organization phone. The fee, security deposit, and total rent. And I would click to payment, and it's going to pull up my card number, and I would add all that in. That looks pretty easy. I would say, though, that I guess the fees are on the other page. I was going to say maybe a little bit more information about what the fee pays for.
Probably before you go into the
before I go into the form, I want to be like, okay, why is this park more than other parks or whatnot? Cool. So I would fill in my card information and then press submit. I got a thank you screen. I would I would personally want a receipt.
I think that's probably that
Okay,
squiggly
cool.
lines is
Squiggly
going to
lines,
be.
awesome. And then I think that with squiggly lines,
that would just be the detail of your, basically your order.
okay. Yeah, no, that's good. And then is there a way like that would also say something like we'll be in touch in case it's not available or something like that? Because I think the thing is that like you could submit, but I don't know if the town of DeWitt has specific regulations about who can and cannot rent the park.
I don't know about that part.
Yeah, so I don't know. So just in case they're like, wait, no, we can't have them, or I don't know. I don't know.
They have your contact information, so like
they can call you.
They can email you.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
So I went back to the homepage now. I'm back on the homepage.
And the second task is you're going to pretend to sign up for a class.
Okay. So I'm going to sign up for a class. So I am going to go back up to the top. I think what's a little confusing is that signing up for a class, yes, you're filling out an application, but it's also like I don't know. The language is a little bit different.
Right, yeah.
So I think
you're not the first one. Yeah,
that's one thing I think would be whoops, I didn't mean to click that. I accidentally clicked on licenses and permits, but that was a mistake.
It's all right.
Yeah, I would just recommend maybe changing that title or figuring out something like. All right, so I'm going to click on recreational programs, and I see a list of everything that's happening in the upcoming months. And it's going to tell me the ages. So there's things for adults, youth, for seniors. Is there a way that I can filter based on like the type of program or the like if it's a sports thing or like a crafts thing or if it's by like age?
Okay.
I think that might be helpful too. So I can know like say I do not have any children, but like say I had kids, I wouldn't like, I want to see just kids activities because if there's a million, that would be really helpful to do. Okay, so I'm going to pretend that I'm going to register for open volleyball.
Yeah.
And that looks easy.
Yeah, I think you can.
Cool.
Yeah,
click that one.
There's no build.
All right,
it's
so
not completely
it's
built
going to
yet.
give me, it says open volleyball, register, details of the fees, the dates, the days, location, time. I like that you put how many people can enroll and how many are enrolled. Because I think sometimes we have that problem here at the library where people can't see how many people are enrolled and they want to know like how many or these different things. So having it there is really great. Okay, so I'm going to click on register. I have a question for you. Why did you put the register button up there rather than below the information?
No reason.
Okay, yeah, I think that might be more helpful too to like have.
Yeah, it doesn't really do anything.
Okay, cool.
Now. Yeah.
Yeah, I signed up for volleyball.
Okay. So and then also another question I got is probably putting the fees instead of on another tab. It would just be because right now it's in another tab.
Yeah.
Just be like down.
Put it all on the same
there.
page. Yeah, that's what I
there's
recommend.
Really no need to.
Cool.
Okay. So this one I didn't really build the that whole register page. It would just look something. Whoopsie. It'll look something very similar to the rental park form, and then you will pay for it, and then you will, and it will give you confirmation.
And the great thing about that stuff is you can kind of just like use some of the same formatting, and like you don't have to kind of build new things in a way.
That would be very similar. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the third task is you're going to report a pothole.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to report a pothole. My one thing that I've noticed on here is that when I see, see, this is, I'm not an Android user,
I know.
so that's why
you have to drag it up.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
There you go.
I do see, I like how it says report problems, and that's like super big and awesome. I noticed potholes is misspelled. There's an E on it, so you might want to change it. That's just
I think like traffic is also misspelled somewhere.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Okay, so I'm going to report that there's a giant pothole on my street. So, the type of request, I have streets and roads. So I've clicked a drop-down menu, and there are different options for me to choose from. There's streets and roads, stormwater and sewers, trees, traffic, streetlights and signs, planning and zoning. It doesn't specifically say potholes anywhere, but I imagine that's street and roads. So then there's an option for me to kind of put in a location. I think personally this would work for me. I mean, there's an option for me to drag on like the little cursor onto a map or enable a GPS for it to find it. My only worry is that I know there might be some senior citizens or someone who may not be comfortable or have maybe more comfortable typing it in an address. But then at the same time, it is an app, so most people know how to kind of like do those features on a map. So it's ultimately figuring out, I think, what works best for you, or what type of population are the people who report these problems. I think that's something to think about.
Probably
too.
people who like travel to work.
Yeah.
And go by someplace.
Exactly. So I would just drag it onto a map and then scroll down and click save location and then next. Then it asks me describe the problem in detail. So I'm just going to click on it and write giant pothole in the middle of the road. I like how you have the option to upload pictures. I think that's a really good idea. I'm not really sure what's happening.
It's just what it will look like when you have a picture and loading and show you that it's loaded.
Cool.
And you could either use the camera, which will call up the camera, on your phone directly. I haven't done it here, but I have it on the web app. So if I go to basically doing the same thing on the computer, it will cooperate.
This is really cool.
Yeah. So there I go and say this. And then when I go to the next page and I say I want you to use the camera, it'll pull up your camera.
Okay.
Basically.
Cool.
And then if I say I want you to find it, come on.
I got it. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
So if I wanted to use the image I've already taken, then pull up the gallery.
Okay.
Do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see. This is
this is an iPhone user.
Clearly.
It's
okay. So I'm gonna press submit. I've submitted. Oh yay! Thank you. I would also maybe say, I mean, this is something you could write in thank you under thank you. Like, it typically takes this long to process your request, or like if we have any questions, we'll call you. Like, thank you for letting us know, because I think that's like people can be impatient.
Okay.
Which is too bad. And so they kind of want to know an estimated time that like their requests will be, not that like they can immediately fix things, but kind of like a general idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go back to home, and there you go.
You can feel free to poke around and see what else is there.
All right, I'm gonna make payment, water bill, taxes. Okay, so you know that it's safe. Okay.
Yeah.
And then say I want to do taxes. Oh, cool. It opens up the property tax thing. You can see.
I'm definitely going to add a back arrow for the iPhone
add
users.
Yeah, add a back arrow because that's going to
confuse all the iPhone users.
Oh, cool. So then it just launches straight into the webpage. That's great. You did a great job. I like it. It's super user-friendly, especially this front page. I think that is like my only suggestion would be the language for the sign up.
Yeah,
because sign up is different than like an application per se. So
okay.
But yeah, I think that's overall really good. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It helped me tremendously.
Yes. Sounds good.
Thanks.